it all comes your way. Next.
The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Very short kick.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown.
Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Now Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now a toss right to Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
From the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The toss out to Barkley. Barkley a first down and more. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. One they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Booker. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
10 more there and another first down. But Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, he'll buy some time right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, They've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. Into the secondary, past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Now he's going to go deep down the left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a Giants 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. They find some open field here. Touchdown!
Kenny Galladay.
69 yards.
And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it up.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
62 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now, it'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Forced out to his left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Gano the extra point, and it is 28-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
K.J. Hamler returning it.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Gano now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Hamler now to return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Leonard Williams picks up his second sack of the afternoon. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
84 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And just shedding him off there. 35 yards that time on the punt. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 20-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place. And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
Gordon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Again, Gordon.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Melvin Gordon.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run.
And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable. McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter.
99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Now Saquon Barkley. Dance evades the tackler, and now some space. He's at the 30. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25.
Boy, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. And Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Throwing, Jones steps away to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Well, there was a bunch of pressure that time on 3rd down. They nearly got him. Probably should have gotten him, but he's able to escape the pocket. But unfortunately, by then, that play had already broken down.
Gano's kick is good. Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Now the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st down, Barkley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Oh, a good move at the 5. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter of it. And he is in! Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. but for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead will swell by one more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1, oh good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
They had 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And now it's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Bridgewater to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Barkley a 1st down and more. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And this time they'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Hamler now to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Denver's offense now set to go.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Danny Shelton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Able to get this to Patrick.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Hamler now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater.
Finding Sutton.
And some room to maneuver. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 23 yards on the tuck and run. From the red zone now, Bridgewater.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't